Re, re. Okay. So you are still seeing my screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Nice. Good. That's good. Something is happening. Only 5 participants though. Where are others? Ah, where are other devotees?
Manokar Prabhu saying he may join the class. He will not be able to join.
Okay, that's fine. Panchkalpatarubhyasya kripasindhubhyayavasya patitanam pavanebhyo
Vaishnavibhyo
namo
namo
namah.
namo.
Om ajnanatimirandhasya jnananjana shalakaya
Chakshuru
chakshudamilitam yena tasmai
Shri
guruve namah. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum lanayate girim yatipatadam bande Sri Guru Dintaranam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram नमो विष्णु पादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य ही डिवाइन के श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय जय माय डियर लॉर्ड पर्सनालिटी ऑफ गॉड एंड भगवान श्री कृष्ण की जय. So let's read about 10th verse today, and that verse or this verse, the one that we are going to read, is going to still teach us about vidya and avidya. So I have a quiz question for participant. Vidya, I know we have to understand, but why we have to learn about avidya? Anybody knows?
Then only we will not do mistakes.
Huh?
We will not do the avid
Yes. Yes. Do's and
don'ts.
don'ts. So we have to know do's to make sure that
We don't do.
don't do what we don't have to do. So we have to do's, but we have to also know what is don't. What we don't have to do. It's very important. Not only do's. So can you give some example in devotional service? What are some of the do's and what are some of the don'ts? Can somebody give some example? I'm sure many examples are there that you can give. Vimala Mataji, go ahead.
Yeah, we have
Give me
to
some example. What are some of the do's that we are doing and what are the don'ts that we don't do?
fast on Ekadasi days.
Okay, that's good. Suddenly you fast, there are so many things. Right away you jump because I know you like
Chanting.
fasting, maybe. Or my wife like women like fasting. So right away fasting. How about chanting?
Yeah, chanting.
Chanting is our do.
Always associating with devotees.
Associating with devotees, our do.
Um,
Eating prasadam is our do.
Yes, follow
Read
regulative
books.
principle. Follow
Read
regulative principle.
read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, scriptural books.
Read Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, scriptural book. That is our do. Yes.
Follow the regulative principles.
Follow the regulative principles are our do's. What else?
Whatever mentioned in regulative principles are don't, like don't eating those foods is the don't.
Sir,
of
Do's we got it. Okay. So what
sir,
are the don'ts? What we should not do?
offensing chanting. While chanting, we should.
Oh, offense during chanting should be avoided. Yes, the 10 offenses. That's what we are doing every morning. We are, reading the offenses again. Okay, what else?
Do not criticize the devotees.
Yes. Good, good. Yes, we do not like criticizing the devotees. Okay, what else?
We
We
have to sit
avoid
properly.
sense gratification, avoid sense gratifications.
Yes, don't engage in sense gratification. That's right. What else? What else?
Don't be
What we should-
don't be lolium.
Yeah,
Lolium,
don't be so greedy. That's what you were trying to say, right?
right? Probably.
Don't be too greedy. Don't
Lolium,
associate with
yeah, yeah.
material-minded people. You
Yeah.
know, no meat eating, no illicit sex. Have fun, right?
Prajalpa,
No gambling.
Prajalpa.
Right. So all the do's that we talked about, that is vidya, and everything that we don't have to do
Yes,
is
Amit.
avidya. So this section, the first verse, which is verse number 9, taught us what vidya and what avidya does. Avidya leads to darkness for sure. Avidya leads to darkness, that is for sure. So all the dawns, and darkness here means lower planetary system. You go to the lower planets, hellish planet, you call it. But if it's avidya, or if it somehow appear to be vidya, which means worshipping demons. I heard, I was on Geography Channel somewhere, that there are some tribe and they worship President of United States. They think that this is the tribal, thing, and they have believed that whoever gets the presidency of US is somehow other, maybe incarnation or something. I don't know what are their belief, but they do that. There are some other, tribal areas where they worship host. So they might do ghost worship with some specific process. There might be a process to worship ghost. Don't be offended, but in India there are so many tantric. They go to the very lonely place, mostly house of cremation, place of cremation, and then they do tapasya with burning dead body, right? And they say that they eat their meat and all of that. They drink wine, and they do all the menial activities. So drinking and illicit sex is forbidden for us, but they think that they they need to do that. They would do that because that would give them the power. So that type of vidya is even dangerous than avidya. Are you following, devotees?
Yes, Prabhu.
Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, 17th chapter, tells what are the different modes of worship. And in 4th verse, I believe, it comes that person who are in the ignorance, they worship ghost. And people who are in passion, they worship demons. So the method of worshipping demons might appear that I'm learning something how to worship demon, but ultimately it will lead to greater darkness. And then the next verse, the verse that we are going to read, says that Vidya and Avidya have their own results. Yes, it's very obvious. I think there is nothing new. I'm sure that, all of you would agree. So it says, Anyad evahur Vidyaya. Nyad ahur Avidyaya. So Anyad evahur Vidyaya. Anyad means, results. Different. Anyad, anya means additional. So evahud vidyaya. Eva means certainly. Ahud results to. So vidya results to one type of result, lead to one type of result. But avidya has a different result. Avidya, ahur, not evahur, ahur, nyad, different result. So vidya and avidya both have different results. That's very clear. But then how to know what is vidya and what is avidya? Iti susurma dhirana enastad bichaksire. So iti susurma dhirana. We have susurma means here. So what is vidya and what is avidya? We have to know this from wise man. Dhiranam, he says. We have to hear this from Dhira, Manishi, devotee. Here Dhiranam means pure devotees, such as Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Swami Maharaj, or devotees, acharyas in the Brahmada Gauriya Sampradaya. So it is Susurma Dhiranam. What is Vidya and what is Avidya? That has to be heard from Dhira. Enas tad vichaksire. Vichaksire. E nastad. So e nastad. That person, vichaksire means the person who can explain. Person who can explain. So Vedic teaching is a very important point that I also wanted to talk to you. Vedic teaching does emphasize that one should learn, one should understand what is Vidya and what is Avidya. But one also must be able to explain it. Okay? So you learn a lot, you are all the time studying Gita, Bhagavad Gita, and scriptures. But when somebody will ask you that, can you explain? Then it becomes too difficult. Too difficult to explain, or we're not able to explain it. Like you will see many times, we have devotees who have years and years and years of practice, but they don't like giving class. If you ask them to give the class, they'll say it's too much. I cannot do that. Or they cannot do Bhakti Vriksha, preaching program. These things, if you ask them certain concept, they know, but they're not able to explain it. So it's very important that, like for example, my understanding of the Sastra is coming to you through my explanation, how I am presenting it. Sometimes if I do not have capability to present it, then I may present Vidya as Avidya and Avidya as Vidya. Or maybe, I'll confuse you, okay? So, Shastra does emphasize on communication that first you have to study Shastra. Through, practice, you become Dhira. And then be able to explain it. Be able to convince people, motivate them, inspire them to become God conscious. So both Vidya and Avidya have their results, but but we should be able to hear. We should be hearing from great person, Dhira, who are very good in explaining it. So those who engage in the culture of nascent activities shall enter into the darkness of ignorance. Worse still are those engaged in the culture of social knowledge. That was verse number 9. You know, very hard, very hard, very hard, very hard, very hard working for getting a very good score, which is good for survival in the material world, not criticizing there. But that vidya would not lead you to the higher goal. The wise have explained that one result is derived from the culture of knowledge, and that a different result is obtained from the culture of essence. So different results are coming from vidya and avidya. But how to know what is vidya, what avidya? We go to dhira. Okay, and then dhira can help us understand. So we'll just see there are basically 4 major sections of purport. So Prabhupada has provided here. There are 4 major segments of the purport. The first one is process of cultivating knowledge. So what is the process of cultivating knowledge? Can somebody tell how you cultivate knowledge?
Follow Guru instruction, follow Sastra.
Yes. The Prabhupada has given so many points there. One should become a perfect gentleman, Dhira, to give a proper respect to others. One should not pose himself as a religionist simply for name and fame. So these are the people who we should, again, who should be avoided and who we should be reaching to. In order to approach the platform of self-realization, one must follow the relative principles enjoined in the revealed scripture. One must be fixed in the tenets of revealed scripture. One should not accept more than he requires. So this is, 18 points Prabhupada has mentioned here. And some of these points basically says what one should do, what one should not do, where we should, who we should reach out. And then Prabhupada says these 18 items, so there are 18 items given here. Read the purport 1 to 18. And Prabhupada, these 18 items combined to form a gradual process by which real knowledge can be developed. By which real knowledge can be developed. Except for these, all other methods are considered to be in the category of essence. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, a great acharya, maintained that all forms of material knowledge are merely external feature of the illusory energy, and that by culturing them, one becomes no better than us. This same principle is found in Isopanisad. So, process of cultivating the knowledge. What one should do to cultivate the knowledge. So one should become one should become a dhira. One should learn to avoid duplicity in his dealings with others. So these are some of the elements that given here that we must have to follow. If we don't cultivate the true knowledge, then the material knowledge, he says here, that it's no better than becoming an ash. What it exactly means, not, it's being criticized because we don't know the goal, we are just pursuing something short term. And what washerman does with the ass, they say that, I haven't seen it, but they say that they'll tie a grass, green grass, and they'll tie with their body little away from their mouth, and ass will see that. And then, he will try to get it. And in that process, he will move. And then he will go from A to G, chasing that brass. Ultimately, he doesn't get it. So that's what exactly it meant. Short-term goal is what it's called ass type of mentality. They don't know what is their long-term goal. And then Prabhupada talks about what are the problems with material knowledge that are present there in the material world. And sometimes avidya can be presented to us in the garb of knowledge. This is very important. This is the point that we have to understand. But sometimes we are thinking that I'm learning something meaningful, but in fact, we are not learning meaningful. We are not learning things which are not meaningful. And how to make this point more clear? Somebody was changing broken piece of, or let me tell this point a little bit more clearly. So Dhruv Maharaj, all of you know Dhruv Maharaj, right? So Dhruv Maharaj, in fact, he did not leave his house to engage in pure devotion. That is not why he left his home. He left home because Shuruchi has chastised him and he wanted to take revenge. So he went and he did severe tapasya. And finally, when Vishnu appeared in front of him, he got fully purified. And then the Lord is asking that, tell me what you want. I know you came with some motivation. Tell me how can we help you get your goals. And he said, my dear Lord, I was always chasing broken pieces of glass. When I see you, now I am fully purified and I have no desire for revenge. I don't want to get into the revenge thing. So that's what it is. Sometimes we might chase a broken piece of glass, but in this particular case, he was chasing, but he was leading towards Lord Vishnu. So even he chased the revenge that he wanted to take, but that lead to the right path. But one may change a path that is for broken piece of glasses, and at the end you have broken pieces of glass. That could be the result. Not that you are chasing glass and you end up getting diamond. Not like that. You are chasing glass and literally you get the glasses. So broken pieces of glasses. So endeavor that we make, the vidya that we have, is basically for getting the broken pieces of glasses are nothing but avidya, because it leads to suffering. So it's very, very important that one be extremely cautious to not get the broken pieces of glass. And let me a little bit put in the practical way. This has a practical application. Sometimes, we have, I organize festivals, here. So, I'm doing this from over 15 years now, 15, 20 years. I have been doing this service, events and festivals. And sometimes devotees reach out to me and they would like to do some dance or song or musical presentation that is mundane, that has nothing to do with Krishna consciousness. And if you ask them that, can we not do it, they get upset. Ramacharya Prabhu is very tough. very, he wants things, in a certain way. But I remember, this, this teaching that in fact, you have to come up with the concept. You'll have to practice for it. Then you'll have to present it. At the end, you're not doing something that is going to either please Prabhupada or going to please, Krishna. Why did you even do it? Why you want to do it? It's not devotional service. Devotional service should be something that is pleasing to Guru, pleasing to Krishna. But if it's not pleasing, your time and energy, all you are putting is that trying to have some refined way of sense gratification. That's all, nothing more than that. Okay, you cannot say like that. You cannot say like that. But that's intentionally is happening. The intent of thing is that we can see that this is not going to help you, not going to help the other people. The people who are going to hear, they might not get benefited from it, because this is really not helpful for you, not for the people. The whole endeavor that we are putting in here has no purpose. Okay, because it's not being done for the right cause, for the right person, for the right reason. So that's what it is. We have to understand. The next section says that how to know what is right, what is wrong. You have to go to Dhira. You have to go to the person who has some understanding of what to be done, what not to be done. We all are learning from Prabhupada. So you have to go and refer to Prabhupada's teaching. And based upon the time, place, and circumstance, be able to explain it, be able to present it, why you are doing it. What's the reasoning behind it, And if you don't have the reason behind it, blah, 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 then you know that you are not prepared. You are not aligning with the teaching of Guru, Sastri, and Sadhu. It's not good for you, not good for others. So, working under the guidance of a bona fide Guru, that's what this is leading to. It's saying that reach out to that person who knows what is to be done and what is not to be done, and follow it. Follow, very, very important that we follow the order. Sometimes we see that neither we reach out to people, nor we have faith in their instruction, nor we like following what they are saying. Oh, what he will say, I know better. I will better this, better that, and then they do things. That things not really help. So must reach out to a person. They are okay. So the question Mataji is asking, how we know that somebody is Dhira or not the Dhira? What is the real meaning of word Dhira? Coming from Indian background and doing the Sanskrit, for those who are, what is the meaning of Dhira? Do you know?
No.
Do you know what is Dhira?
Patience, have patience. That's a real
What is
meaning.
Dhira? Dhira means patience.
Yes.
Dhira means somebody who is very stable. Literal Dhira means, you know what the literal meaning of the Dhira here? Somebody who is not impacted by duplicity. Dhira means stable. Somebody who is not, what are the duplicity of the material world, Prabhuji? Said somebody, what are the duplicity?
Whatever
Happy and disaster, like
What are some of the duplicity, Mataji?
hot and cold, happy and
Yes.
distress.
Yeah, Dhira does not really mean here brave. I mean, maybe spiritually brave, but Dhira here means Dhira tatnamuyati. Kumar Yavanam Jara, Dhira tatnamuyati. He's not bewildered by the changes. Kumarya is changing into Yavan, Yavan is changing into Jara. As these things are changing, he's not bewildered by it. Day is going by, and as the minute is going away, it's inviting night to come. you're all of us are losing our time. We're losing our time. You are not exactly the same person who you were yesterday, 5 days before, 10 days before, month before, 6 months before, year before, 5 years before, 10. We all are changing, okay? And this change is leading us to death. Slowly and slowly, slowly and slowly, we all are, as water comes from their, source, and slowly goes through uh, so many ups and downs, and finally it meets the ocean. Then it becomes ocean. Finally, we meet the deaths and gone. The story over. I was just thinking, I was looking at some of the young guys, young baby and kids. They're jogging, running, and they're doing everything. But now, for me, it's difficult. I can see that my body is deteriorating. I can see that I don't have that energy. I get tired. I have, a lot of things going on. My mind gets blocked and all of that. So these things are impacting. Day and night, sukha dukha will impact. But for dhira, it will not impact. Dhira is very sober. Prabhupada translates in many places. Dhira as sober. Person who is not impacted by the duality. Okay. So how to come to that stage of non-duality? When you have sufficient bhakti, if you have sufficient understanding, knowledge, if you have made sufficient advancement in Krishna consciousness, you have reached the height, and don't, in the ordinary days, like Mataji, let me read what she's asking exactly. I want to read her statement. She says, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, how we will know whether they are dhira? Sometimes people may follow, but not able to communicate it properly. Okay. So this is individual, don't mind, but I'm just telling you on a very, very deeper way. Okay. If you go or very higher way, if you get into Krishna consciousness, then how you have to act. When you are trying to take Krishna consciousness, the first and foremost thing you have to do is stop running your mind. If you are not ready to surrender to devotee, you are not ready to be starting the process of Krishna consciousness. You are not ready there. You are still using your mind. First and foremost surrender you have to do, and this is for everybody. I'm telling you very clearly. Find a immediate devotee. Find somebody who trusts and surrender, and just do what the person is asking you to do. But that person must be advanced in Krishna consciousness. And don't use your mind. Don't say that, oh, I know this Prabhu, he is like this. Don't say like that, okay? Don't do that. That's called pure devotee syndrome. Don't get into that. Don't try to unnecessarily imitate and become the pure devotee. First and foremost, years and years and years, just follow the instructions of a particular devotee who you have faith in. If you don't find somebody here, maybe somebody is never near to you, but you don't have faith, reach out somewhere else. But very important thing is that follow the instruction. Must follow the instruction. So if you, say that, Prabhu says, Mata is saying that sometimes people may follow, but not able to communicate properly. Don't worry. Somebody will understand. Somebody will understand. And here is a very beautiful example. Like, for example, I'm working. I work, you work. Devotional service. All of us are very busy, right? We have some services to do. So what happens? Two things happens, okay? One thing is that, or one way is that you work very hard, very hard, very hard, very hard, but nobody notices. Nobody tells anything. There is no appreciation. Okay. Another way is that everybody is noticing, everybody is talking about you and giving you a lot of credit for the work that you do. Okay. Do you think that for long term matter, which solution you will prefer? The one that is giving you much name, fame, glory, or the one who is not giving you any name, any fame, any recognition? Which one you will prefer? Do you know anything about that? Do you have any preference, one over other? The one does not give you any name, fame, glories, nothing. Nobody notice anything. On the other hand, you are doing some action that gives you a lot of recognition. Which one you will prefer? Let me ask you. Which one you will prefer, devotees? Do you have any preference, or you don't prefer? You are doing something that gives you a lot of glories. Everybody's appreciating, everybody's doing it. You did
Yeah.
something and you are posting everywhere. I did this, I did that.
Yeah.
Okay?
To be honest, yeah, everyone will look for the glories.
Yeah, everybody will. But as an advanced devotee,
They will.
really, if you're very advanced in Krishna consciousness, what difference does it make, really? Mundane person, what's the value of words, good words that are coming from somebody who is shallow, who is not very in depth in Krishna consciousness? What is the value of somebody who is brand new, who has, please, this is my Bhakti Sastri course, I'm giving you some very important teaching. What is the value of somebody who doesn't know science of Krishna consciousness, tells Ramacharya Prabhu, you are great, you are excellent, you do very good, this and that. Advanced devotee will have no value to it, no value to it. No value at all. What is the value? No garbage. What's the value of this garbage? Yeah, okay. You perceive me good. It's good. Thank you so much. Chant name of Krishna. I like it. Thank you so much for your appreciation. But make sure that you are following the regulatory principle, chanting the name of Krishna. So really, there's no value of that. But if some advanced devotee tells, Prabhu, thank you so much. It's very inspirational. Whatever you do, then that has value. But value or no value, Krishna is watching everything. You are working for Krishna. Krishna is 100% aware how much sweating did you do for him. Okay? And he doesn't matter you get identified or not identified. This is material talk. This is talk among people. The result is going to be awarded to you. Krishna knew that you worked very hard, and that hard work will pay off. Now, if somebody does the lot of glories to you for the service that you did, and you start enjoying it, then that is your result. You are not going to get a lot of spiritual benefit, because you started enjoying, your senses started enjoying. Prabhu, thank you so much. Somebody comes and says, he is a very good cook. Every Saturday, Sunday, he will be cooking, and he's sweating and all of that. And then, you are enjoying it. Yes, people understand how good I am. Not good. But if you don't enjoy it, or if you don't allow somebody to do glories, just do the service, leave it on Krishna, then Krishna will give the result, and that result will be very, very huge. Okay, so these are some of the things we do need sometimes for preaching purpose, to inspire people. To other people, we tell others, great, excellent, but when it comes to ourselves, we're not interested to hear anything about it. So okay, thank you so much. Is this so you have to go beyond these material dealings. Okay, sometimes somebody is very nice with me and I'm very nice with that person. Somebody is very bad with me, I'm very bad with me. These are very ordinary dealing. Anybody can do that. And if I come and every day and touch your feet and say, you're excellent, mother, you're so good, oh, Ramacharya is very good, this is not what we are here for. This is not what we are here for. So you have to see the spiritual credit of somebody. And then, based upon the spiritual credit, build the relationship. Okay, not superficial relationship. In the beginning, it's okay. So Dhira person is one who is not affected by all of these things. People are criticizing and people are appreciating what is happening. Focused on Krishna. I'm working for Krishna. Krishna knows I'm working for him. I'm working for Prabhupada. Prabhupada knows I'm working for him. Whatever, let's focus. But his action is also going to be aligned with the teaching that presented the Guru Shastra Sadhu. As long as it's aligned with Guru Shastra Sadhu, he will do that. So this is different degree of advancement, different degree of engagement. So one thing for sure, I would like to request you that work under the guidance of a devotee. Don't, do right and wrong from your intelligence. Because in the beginning, no, our mind is not pure and we have material thoughts. Somebody talks very nice English, oh, this is very intelligent person, I'll hear from him. These are all not really, but you have to hear from someone who is talking to you about pure bhakti, who is teaching you about what is, pure devotion, how to cultivate pure devotion. That's the person, even broken English, that will help you. Prabhupada came from Bengal and his accent was heavy, but see the power of his thing. So that's how it is. So Dhira, you have to understand who the Dhira is. And in the beginning, you have to, in order for know who the Dhira is, work under the guidance of a devotee. Prabhu, I have this problem, what do I need to do? Prabhu, this is my doubt, what I need to do. So this is coming from Bhagavad Gita. There are, that's the 18, knowledge that we saw. The purport Prabhupada says, this is coming from this verse here. It says that what are the elements of knowledge, and one must follow these elements to be firmly situated into knowledge. Everything else, Krishna says that these are the elements of knowledge. Everything else that is beyond this is avidya only. It's not the knowledge. Okay. So what is time right now? Okay, I can take some time. I can go through it. So far, any questions? I talk a lot, but did it make sense what I'm saying, or do I need to repeat anything?
So, Prabhuji, few clarification, Prabhuji.
So work under the guidance of a devotee, and don't worry too much for in the beginning for an expression or anything like that. If somebody is telling you to do something, just do it. You'll see the miracle. Okay, miracle happens. That's how you surrender. If you surrender to devotee, and that surrender will slowly will take you to higher stage of Krishna consciousness. It has to reveal, okay? Krishna consciousness you cannot force. Nobody can force. How to enter into the abode of Supreme Lord, how to understand who I am, who the Lord is, how that knowledge will reveal to you, cannot force. Nobody can force. Your devotion cannot be forced. Your knowledge comes from your devotee. Now we can try, and how to get the mercy of pure devotee when you purely make the attempt. That's how Sastri says. When you seriously, sincerely, not Kar Misra Bhakti or Gyan Misra Bhakti, pure Bhakti. When you make the pure attempt, then pure devotee will look at it and they will purely appreciate it. And that's how you enter. That's how the Bhakti reveals in our heart. Otherwise, Bhakti will come. They say that when season comes, when they are sowing the seed with wheat, there are so many seedlings. Wheat. What type of thing is that? What is that word, Mataji? Weed. So many weed comes, and it appears that it's wheat. And then farmer has knowledge, but if they don't have knowledge, they will pour water and everything else. But when time comes, doesn't give the wheat, it gives something grassy, useless. So very, very careful, extremely careful. Am I growing bhakti or am I growing weed that looks like bhakti? Dear devotees, try to grow bhakti, not the weed. Okay, Prabhu, you were saying something, Satyanarayana Prabhu, please go ahead.
Yes, Prabhuji. So, yes, Prabhuji, I mean, I'm trying to meditate on the instruction or kind of the, you said you should follow some devotee
Yes,
in the
seriously.
beginning. Yes, in the beginning. So beginning means what is the time frame or anything? What is the meaning of the beginning? Number one. Number two, I mean, we are in the Kali Yuga and we know that none is pure here. There is always kind of something or other, good or bad parts of this. And when we follow someone, looks like the control things comes into picture. Someone will start controlling, and that's where you know, if bypass, then to whom I follow, they may get angry or something. So I'm trying to understand the whole, how to follow someone at the same time, not to make angry, or yeah.
Yes, Prabhu. So the answer of this might not be very easy, but let me tell you. First, don't follow each and everybody. If somebody is senior by age, that doesn't mean that you have to follow. That's number one. Okay. Find out, like Diksha Guru and Siksha Guru. They say Diksha Guru and Siksha Guru. Okay. So find out somebody who's really inspiring you. You have to find that out. Doesn't have to be someone who is next to your house. Doesn't have to be somebody who is next to you. Might not be someone in your temple who you think you can get inspiration from. Not necessarily. That person might be part. But as a serious sadhaka, as a serious seeker, that is what you have to find. In the beginning, there are people who will inspire you. They are your path pradarshak, instruction. They are instructor. They're giving you instructions about how to do bhakti. But you don't have to necessarily accept them as your siksha diksha guru. Not necessarily. You have to have the respect. Thank you so much. You gave me the respect. You gave me the knowledge. You gave me the guidance to look into this field. I'm looking into it. But once you accept somebody as your Shiksha Guru, it's not ordinary thing. Don't, say that, Prabhu, I accept you. It's very big commitment, which means you will listen, you will hear. So you have to give some time, okay? There are three terms, Siksha, Diksha, and Path Pradarshaka. Somebody who is showing the path, not necessarily your Siksha Guru. Not necessarily he's going to be your Diksha Guru. He's just showing you path, he's your well-wisher, and we have respect for that. Strong respect for that. Very strong respect, and we continue that respect. Very submissive to it. But not necessarily that person is my Siksha Guru or somebody who is going to cultivate you or I. But once you find that person, then second thing, you don't use your mind that, this person has fault, or he's trying to take over, or he's trying to be bossy over me, or he's giving me order. Those type of things you will look at, then that means you don't have surrender to that person. You have really not accepted that person. And I see that, okay? I see that happening. People ask questions to their spiritual master. And a spiritual master will very clearly tell, you must not do like that. But that person think that this is the answer of my question, and tomorrow they start doing the same thing. No, 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 never. First, you should not be asking unnecessary questions to your spiritual master, just for testing your knowledge or testing his knowledge or something that is curiosity type of thing. No, it should be very serious, question that Maharaji, this is what I'm very curious about. And the answer that comes to you, it's customized answer for you, and you must follow it. Okay. But people, what they do, they leave things aside. They listen and they leave aside, they move on. You don't do that. So saying that somebody is going to rule over me, order over me, that's why I'm not going to listen somebody, is still not a pure thinking. It's still material mind and intelligence type of thinking. It's not full surrender. Full surrender is that whatever, somebody who you believe in, if they are telling you something, you should know that it's coming from Krishna. And if you work on it, it will take you to the result that you want. So there is process for it. There is process for it. Okay. You don't want to hear each and everybody. The people who you want to hear from, if they're telling you something, you must hear. Okay, Prabhu? And beginning, we are always, in the beginning is the Krishna consciousness. Okay. Somebody who is very advanced in Krishna consciousness, we are always reaching to them. Always folded hand. Prabhuji, Mataji, and Guru Maharaj, can you please guide me? So in that sense, we are always beginner. Always beginner. I'll let you talk, Sadananda Prabhu, before I keep on talking too much.
Yeah, Prabhuji, I got the points.
Yes, so please, do that. Don't think that this process is material. Don't use the material intelligence to understand the spiritual subject. It will take too much time. Have you seen some people who are very advanced, very, very advanced, very, very advanced? How they have made the advancement like that in their Krishna consciousness? Because they have followed the courses very seriously. Very seriously. So here, what is the dhira? A person who is spiritually realized and not disturbed by the illusion, anchoring, or lamentation. Okay? A dhira is a realized person. Mataji, can you read this one?
Prabhuji. Dhira, a spiritually realized person who is not disturbed by illusion, hankering, or lamentation. Realized knowledge. The Dhira attains unrealized knowledge by submissive hearing from superior authorities, following the regulative principles, taking shelter of a bona fide guru. Yadira realizes that the material body and mind acquire through material association or foreign elements. He utilizes them by making the best use of bad bargain. Vidya must be acquired by hearing from a Dhira and Adira. An Adira cannot be perfect leader. One cannot expect perfect knowledge from modern politicians who are Adiras posing as Dhiras. How can selfish people, busy seeing to their own remuneration, lead the people to the right path of self realization?
Yeah, so dhira and adhira, the difference between dhira and adhira is given here. Shastra says that you will be fortunate enough, you'll be extremely fortunate to have the association of pure devotee. If Krishna really gives you extreme fortune, if he makes you so fortunate that he wants to give you the most precious gift of the world, he will give you the association of a pure devotee. You would be able to find a person who is pure devotee, and that person will change your life. So we have, studied other writings of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and pure devotion, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai is very simple verse. I repeat all the time. Brahmanda Varmitte Kono Bhagyavan Jiv. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. The seed of pure devotion comes from a spiritual master or devotee. Devotee or a spiritual master and Krishna. So Krishna, we are not seeing him. No. We don't have a lot of interactions. Chanting definitely is there, but mostly comes from sadhu. So don't be too much against, sadhu. Okay, keep pause, quiet, find distance. That's okay. You can find distance from somebody who is not tuned with your mood and mission. But no criticism, nothing, At some point, pray. At some point, when this person will elevate in their Krishna consciousness, they will understand your position, or they will understand your mood. So bhakti you can do only, pure bhakti you can only do under the guidance of a pure devotee. That's what Krishna says. Tadviti panipatena paniprasnena sunya updeshanti te jnanam. What he says? Jnanis tattva darsana. He has seen the truth. Tattva. Tattva means something analytically that somebody has seen. Then he has seen, he will give it to you. So that's what happens, Prabhupada was empowered by his spiritual master. And like that. That's the process. So having firm faith in devotee and respect for devotee will save you. That's what I would like to tell, because this verse does say that one must attain Vidya. What is Vidya here? Vidya here is limbs of bhakti, angas of bhakti, which means ultimately pure devotion. Pure devotion must be given by pure devotee, by a dhira. That's the only way we get here. So with that, I would like to pause. Anything anybody has to talk, discuss? Sorry, I know that there was some confusion and that might have thrown few people away from this session today, but I forgot that I can do it on Saturday. I'm sorry for that. Okay, Prabhuji, somebody was saying something? Santa Mataji, does it help you or you have follow up? Thank you for asking. You always ask the right questions.
Yes, Prabhuji, very good.
Do you have something that you want to share?
Sorry, Prabhuji, I joined late. I had to take my
Oh,
daughter
very
an
good.
exam. I thought like I could be joining on the on time, but some reason I couldn't join. So I joined late, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Why did you
Sorry.
come late? You have to pay the fine for coming late, Prabhu.
Yes. I,
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Prabhuji,
Yeah. Did I
drive
confuse you
from a
or did I
place.
make
So
some sense? Bimala Mataji, was it making sense?
Yes, Prabhuji. So can I ask you one
Yeah,
practical
please
question?
ask. Tough question ask. Yes.
Yeah. So sometimes when it is necessary to learn like a material knowledge also, like for example, for our career or teaching our
Yeah.
kids or something. So how do we balance like material balance both the material knowledge and spiritual knowledge, or how to take care one is preceding over the other? Like,
Yeah. So material knowledge, we are not criticizing, we are not criticizing. Another Prabhu was telling a nice story today in the Bhagavatam class that he met one of the man, he was fully dressed, coat and tie and everything else. And he reached out to Anuttara Prabhu and said that I'm very proud of you, because Anuttara Prabhu was dressed up like dhoti, kurta, tilak, chandan, and he was maybe somewhere doing Harinam or some book distribution. He said, I'm very proud of you. See how much you are doing. We are doing to help mankind, but see who I am. I'm just a lawyer. So we don't want to be basically confining ourselves with a particular, profession that we have. It's good to have, degree. It's nice to make money, but also don't confine yourself. Don't confine yourself. 5 days, Monday to Friday. Now, you're not getting any time to come to Hare Krishna temple. You're not getting time to chant name of Krishna. You're not getting time to offer prasadam to Krishna. You all are doing that, right? But there are people who are not doing it. There are people who are not doing it. So, we are not talking about that what you are not, what you are doing. We're talking about what you are not doing. We're not talking only what you are doing. We're talking what you are not doing. So what does it mean? It means that we are very much focused on our material growth, but we are forgetting our spiritual growth. So nothing is bad. Dovetailing is the stage where samanjasya is done. You take the benefit of one side being very strong and let other side nourish from this side. So use the material opulence car that you have, you use that for coming to temple. You need to fill the gas in the car. So from where the money is coming, it's coming from your work. So we were not saying that you should not work. You must work. You must have but in the evening time when you come home, take shower, put tilak chandan on your forehead and read Bhagavatam. Come to temple, do some donations towards temple, help, take some service, and you have all of that doing. So you are devotees are perfectly managing, their material and spiritual life. Slowly, as we advance, our material needs will be fulfilled. And then we go more closer to Krishna. So I had family life. I did do my family life with full responsibility. Now, as I'm getting old, my wife gets upset at me, but I mostly like doing Krishna conscious activity. Why? Because I'm getting old now. I have to fire it up. I have to give, more. My time to Krishna consciousness. So I'm in the Banprastha stage, which means very loose family life and broader Krishna consciousness life. So slowly and slowly, as you advance in the process of bhakti, you'll understand the value of things. And automatically Krishna will bring you to the right path. It will come to the right path. So adjustment is happening. Devotee very nicely adjust everything. You are adjusting it very well. So continue it, continue it. And slowly as you advance, things will flourish in your life. That's what I would say. You know, there are 4 stages. The first stage is, what is first stage? Visaya Sangraha. So we are not in that stage. We are only, the Visaya Sangraha stage is the stage where person is working only for collecting, for sense enjoyment. You are not there. None of us are there, right? Then second stage is dovetailing stage, where we make the adjustment between material and spiritual life. That's the stage we are at. We are adjusting, you know, dovetailing. Dovetailing means samanjasya, taking the foundation that you have and turning that into a spiritual activity. That's the samanjasya. And third one is yukt vairagya, where now we are very much doing things which are only Krishna conscious. Like many devotees, you would see in our society, they are retired, they have nothing to do, but they're very advanced, like, you know, Guru Maharaj and other, all they do is that one person to other person to other person to other person to other places, and they go and preach. So that's very higher stage, right? It's very high stage. Yukt vairagya, you know, at least at yukt vairagya again, a spontaneous stage, raga bhakti, you know, so it's like that. So there are stages. Slowly and slowly, we'll go through it. But right now, it's dovetailing stage, where we are taking the resources that we have around and using it in service of Krishna. No, but don't leave job, you know. If you talk to some serious devotee, they will say that, hey, don't retire. Make sure that before you retire, you have enough saving. But you have to. You have, the body needs water, food, house, you know, all of that. So you have to make sure that the bodily needs are met. But don't stay yourself very much confined and limited to that only. Rather go a little bit out. That's the point.
Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, can we conclude here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, once kalpataru vesa kripa sindhu gaya vesa pattanam pavane vaishnava anant koti vaishnavin vijay. So we are done almost. Next Saturday we'll be reading verse number 11. Oh my gosh, it's almost done now. We're almost there. Thank you so much. Dandavad pranams to everybody. Hare Krishna.